Your body spent your entire childhood preparing for puberty. Then puberty hit and decided the best gift was turning your face into a pepperoni pizza. Thanks, biology. Puberty's oil factory. Let me paint you a picture. You're 13, maybe 14. Life is already awkward enough without acne joining the party. But here's what's happening under your skin that nobody bothered to explain in health class. Your sebaceous glands are tiny oil factories attached to every hair follicle on your body. Before puberty, they're chill. They produce just enough sebum, fancy word for skin oil, to keep everything moisturized. Then hormones crash the party like uninvited frat boys. Androgens are the main culprits here. Yeah, I'm talking about testosterone and its chemical cousins. Both guys and girls produce these hormones during puberty, though guys make way more. When androgen levels spike, your sebaceous glands get the signal to go ham. Suddenly, they're producing 500% more oil than they did last year. It's like someone cranked the production dial to maximum and then broke off the knob. This overproduction happens because androgen receptors in your sebaceous glands bind to these hormones and essentially scream, "Make more oil," at your cells. The glands swell up, pump out sebum like there's no tomorrow, and your pores can't keep up with the output. It's biological overachievement nobody asked for. Here's the kicker. This oil isn't inherently bad. Sebum actually protects your skin and keeps it from drying out. The problem is volume. When you're producing enough oil to lubricate a small engine, your pores get overwhelmed. They're trying their best, but they're basically tiny hallways being flooded with oil traffic. And when hallways get too crowded, bad things happen. Your hair follicles, which are connected to these oil glands, start getting clogged. Dead skin cells that are supposed to shed naturally get stuck in all that excess oil. Instead of sloughing off like they're meant to, they form a plug. Congrats, you just made a cum done. That's the technical term for what you call a blackhead or whitehead. The bacterial rave. Now let's talk about the bacteria living on your face. Don't freak out, everyone has them. Propionibacterium acnes, or C. acnes if you want the updated name, lives in your hair follicles. Under normal circumstances, it's harmless. Actually, it's part of your skin's natural microbiome, and usually minds its own business. But when your pores get clogged with oil and dead skin cells, you've basically created a bacterial nightclub. C. acnes thrives in oxygen-free environments, and a plugged pore is their VIP booth. They start multiplying like crazy because suddenly there's an all-you-can-eat buffet of sebum and dead cells. These bacteria aren't trying to ruin your life, they're just doing what bacteria do, eating and reproducing. The problem is their waste products. As C. acnes breaks down sebum, it releases fatty acids and other inflammatory compounds. Your body detects these compounds and goes, "Wait, what the hell is going on in there?" The bacterial population in a clogged pore can increase by 100-fold within days. One study found that severe acne lesions contain up to 10 million bacteria per follicle. That's more bacteria than people in New York City, all partying in a space smaller than a pinhead. C. acnes also produces enzymes that break down the follicle wall from the inside. Think of it like termites eating through wood. The bacteria weaken the structural integrity of your pore, making it easier for everything to burst into the surrounding skin tissue. Which brings us to the fun part, inflammation. Different strains of C. acnes cause different levels of havoc. Some are relatively chill, while others are basically the bacteria equivalent of that friend who always starts bar fights. Scientists have identified specific strains that correlate with severe acne, and they're way more aggressive at triggering your immune response. Immune system overreacts. Your immune system is supposed to protect you from threats. The problem? It has the subtlety of a sledgehammer. When it detects bacteria and inflammatory compounds in your pores, it sends in the troops, white blood cells, specifically neutrophils. Neutrophils are your body's first responders. They rush to the scene, ready to destroy anything that looks suspicious. They release enzymes and reactive oxygen species to kill bacteria. Which sounds great until you realize they're doing this inside your skin. It's like calling in an airstrike to deal with a house party. This immune response is what causes that red, swollen, painful bump you call a pimple. The medical term is an inflammatory lesion, but let's be real, it's a volcano on your face. All that redness? That's increased blood flow bringing more immune cells to the party. The swelling? Fluid buildup from the inflammatory response. The pain? Nerve endings getting irritated by the chemical warfare happening in your dermis. Your immune system releases cytokines, which are chemical messengers that basically yell, "Inflammation here," to other immune cells. This creates a feedback loop. More cytokines attract more immune cells, which release more enzymes, which cause more damage, which triggers more cytokines. It's a biological temper tantrum. In severe cases, the follicle wall completely ruptures. All that bacteria, dead cells, sebum, and immune cells spill into the surrounding tissue. This is how you get those deep, painful cysts that take weeks to heal and sometimes leave scars. Your immune system just carpet-bombed your own face in an attempt to kill some bacteria. The worst part? Acne has evolved to be pretty resistant to your immune system's usual tricks. It can form biofilms that protect it from white blood cells. It can manipulate your immune response to cause even more inflammation. This bacteria has been living on human skin for thousands of years. It knows all our moves. Peak hell, late teens. So why does acne peak in your late teens? Why not early puberty or your early 20s? Turns out there's a specific biological timeline at play here. Puberty typically starts between ages 9 and 14, but hormone levels don't peak immediately. Androgen production gradually increases over several years. For most people, testosterone and other androgen levels hit their absolute highest point around ages 17 to 19. That's when your sebaceous glands are producing maximum oil. But it's not just about hormone levels. Your sebaceous glands also become more sensitive to androgens as you progress through puberty. It's like they're building up tolerance in reverse. A 7-year-old's sebaceous glands will respond more aggressively to the same hormone levels than a 3-year-old's would. So you're getting hit with both higher hormone levels and increased gland sensitivity. Double whammy. There's also the fact that it takes time for your skin to accumulate the kind of chronic inflammation that causes severe acne. Early puberty might give you some blackheads and minor breakouts, but the really bad cystic acne typically develops after years of ongoing sebum overproduction and bacterial colonization. Your skin has been fighting this war for years by the time you're 18, and it's exhausted. Growth hormone levels also peak in late adolescence. Growth hormone increases sebum production independently of androgens, adding fuel to the fire. So just when you thought one hormone was bad enough, here comes another one piling on. Cortisol, your stress hormone, tends to be higher in older teens dealing with academic pressure, social anxiety, and the existential dread of approaching adulthood. Cortisol also stimulates sebaceous glands. Stressed about college applications? Your skin is stressed too. It's responding by making more oil. Thanks, evolution. Gender plot twist. Here's something wild. Despite guys producing way more androgens, acne severity between genders is pretty similar. How does that make sense? Female sebaceous glands are more sensitive to lower levels of androgens. It's like they're operating on a higher gain setting. A girl's glands will respond to testosterone levels that a guy's glands would barely notice. This sensitivity difference partially equalizes the playing field, though guys still tend to get more severe acne on average. But girls have an extra complication: cyclical hormone fluctuations. Every month, estrogen and progesterone levels roller coaster, and androgens fluctuate too. About 65% of girls report their acne gets worse right before their period. This is because progesterone stimulates sebum production, and androgen levels temporarily rise when estrogen drops. Some girls also have conditions like polycystic ovary syndrome, which causes elevated androgen levels. PCOS affects about 10% of women of reproductive age, and often causes severe, persistent acne that doesn't follow the typical teenage timeline. The fun doesn't stop there. Adult women are actually more likely than adult men to have acne after age 25, probably because of monthly hormone fluctuations, hormonal birth control effects, and the fact that women's androgen sensitivity doesn't decrease as much with age. So ladies get hit twice, once during the teen years, and potentially again in their 20s and 30s. The universe has a sick sense of humor. And if you're wondering why adults can get acne too, well, your sebaceous glands never fully chill out. They just calm down a bit. Most people see improvement by their mid-20s when androgen levels stabilize and sebum production decreases by about 40%. But some people's glands got the memo to keep the oil factory running indefinitely. Those are the people buying acne medication in their 40s. So there you have it. Your face turned into a war zone because your hormones threw a rager, bacteria showed up uninvited, and your immune system overreacted like a helicopter parent at a middle school dance. Your late teens are the perfect storm of maximum hormones, peak gland sensitivity, years of accumulated skin damage, and stress hormones joining the chaos. Mother Nature really said, "Let me make the most awkward years of your life even worse," and handed you acne. At least now you know it's not your fault. It's just biology being a jerk.